The failure to respect Kano's right to consular protection as codified in the Vienna Convention during his initial arrest and detention in Kenya violates the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, UN July 2022. Yes, MNK is technically still in Kenya, as I said, August 2021. These are the words of Barrister Loye Jimako. And recall that as of 8th of August 2021, Barrister Loye Jimako has said and published that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu technically is in Kenya. And today, once again, UN is still repeating that. Inasmuch as there is no itinerary that showed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left Kenya to zoo, to them, technically, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in Kenya. Of course, UN has equally released their opinion that the zoo should let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go. Do you know the import of this? What it means is that UN has officially said that zoo and Kenya kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's just the meaning. For UN to stick to this, what they are letting you know is that the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the zoo and Kenya is illegal. And the zoo must do the needful by carrying out the order that UN gave to them. This is still in the bid to bring to you the situation report as regards to issue that surrounds the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by Kenya and zoo. Wonderful people, men and women of good conscience and lovers of freedom all over the globe. We welcome you back once again to our news digest this day. Of course, this is still coming from the desk of Nicky Bobby, lest we forgot our identity. And we must say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today, that is a blessed and beautiful Sunday that Abia has given us once again. Today is the 31st day of July 2022. We hope that you all are doing great wherever you are. And having said that, wonderful people, we want to state it once again categorically clear our stand as regard to the Biafran restoration struggle. Biafra is the nation we believe that will restore our human dignity as a group of people. Biafra, we believe that it is the answer to so many of our challenges, except from death and as well as sickness. Just like our forefathers during 1967 and prior to that time sang that in the land of Biafra, that everything, I mean everything, is complete except death and sickness, which is global. Today we are reaffirming our stand, and we want you to understand us that from the very first beginning that we have stated that we are standing behind the DOS, which is IPOB. Let me clarify it again. The DOS means the Directorate of the States. They are the governing body of IPOB. In other words, without DOS, there won't be IPOB. Without IPOB, there won't be DOS. DOS comprises of so many members, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself is included in DOS, which Mazi Chike Doziam, Mazi Chinasa Nworu, and so many others that we know their names, and some of them we don't know their names. And as such, in as much as we are standing behind IPOB, what it means is that we are standing behind DOS. But note this, that we are never a supporter or a disciple of an individual. A means of the DOS is a body. We support them, we carry out their decision, but not individually. We are not disciple of anyone. Just to clarify, some of us that might be wondering where we stand, we have stated this from the beginning, that this is our stand. Why do we support DOS? Because they are the ones we saw before we came. We saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is part of the DOS. And because IPOB has stood the test of time, there are so many other mushroom groups that are professing to be struggling for the restoration of Biafra. But these groups, when hard time comes, they capitulate, even before IPOB came. And that's why when we saw IPOB, we decided to stand behind them. Even till today, there are still some other groups that are springing up in the name of fighting for the restoration of Biafra. But you know the ones that are real. Yehoshua said, from their fruits you shall know them. That is that. Our stand is behind DOS. I want you to understand something. That DOS is the leadership of IPOB. Just like in every other companies or organizations, you have that organization, you have the managerial body. So the management takes the absolute decision of what is happening in that organization. And there is no way you can come out and say that you support the organization, but you don't support the management. Because it is the management that bringing everything, all the activities, the decision that goes on in that particular organization. And I want you to understand, and as a body of management, which DOS is acting upon, they are not individual, and we cannot support individual. Chances are sometimes there could be a little mistakes, just like in the companies, in organization. Few days ago, we brought you information of what happened in Nokia, the way Nokia went down. The CEO, during his closing remark, he said that they did nothing wrong. But the thing is that time and unforeseen circumstances overtook Nokia. They couldn't meet up with their competitors. They couldn't flow with the trend. Before they could devise a new strategy, the trend must have overtaken them. So sometimes when the management make mistake, they will correct it as well. That sometimes there could be some mistake doesn't mean that other people from the organization will say, no, we are not supporting again. That is why if you work hand in hand, if the mistake arises, together you will break it down. If challenges occur, together you will break it down. If things work well together, you move ahead. That is that. But when there is some little challenges, you start running, otherwise you start separating. That organization cannot continue functioning well. So in other words, what we are saying is that we are standing fully, 100% before or behind IPOB, which practically means behind DOS as well as ESN. That is our stand. Wonderful people. Having made that known, we want to bring to your knowledge as regard to some level of insecurity still that is going on in the Zoological Republic. That today, the FG of the Zoological Republic with their military have planned to come down to Abia State, just like the way they are doing in Imo State. And currently, as things are going, you will find out that this Fulani T group you are hearing is made up of the Zoo military, Zoo police, Zoo DSS, as well as the civil defense. So when you are hearing Fulani T group, herdsmen, it's not just the herdsmen. These are tactical men, trained men in the Zoo military who are going around doing this. Here you will see what really happened in Abia State yesterday in a place that is called Lekwesi in Munnochi. Munnochi is in Abia State, and a woman was hacked down by the Fulani herdsmen. Now you will understand, of course, you've come to know before now that these herdsmen, like I said, they are not just normal people. They are those in army, those in police, DSS, and the civil defense. So we are still calling our people. 2 days ago, we brought information to you for our brothers who are in Ozuakoli, that our youth in Ozuakoli should be careful. As soon as the military started parading over there, we know they are trying to get us something. So today we are still sending out information again to our people to always be at alert in the areas which includes, or should I say, communities which include Lop Antalop Wuku, Alayi Sukwatu Munechi, as well as Bendi, Tumbozo, Zuakoli, Isochi, Mpa, Lodimenyi, Lodamoji, Item. All this area, information on our disposal has shown that the military has really taken over that side, and they are planning with the Fulani herdsmen to know the next thing they will do. This is why yesterday they went and deleted this woman in her home. This is the thing that is going on in the northern parts. Is exactly what the zoo want to introduce in Biafra land. And that is why we have ESN, and that's why we continue telling our people that it will be necessary for you to continue supporting ESN, because they are the ones that are protecting us, doing everything for us. And it will interest you to know that the IPOBM branch have intercepted a communication within the Nigerian Zoo Army and the officers in Abia State on a signed plan to go to Lopanta and Lobuku, those communities, and to start activating their attack. Recall a few days ago that ESN really did something meaningful, and they went to implement the anti-open grazing in Lobuku and Lopanta. And then you knew what happened. Now the Zoological Republic Army, DSS and police have concluded their plan, which was intercepted by IPOBM branch, that they want to come to Lobuku and Lopanta. What are they coming there to do? Because ESN sent away the cattle from our farms. Now they are planned to come there. So that will show you that all that we've been saying all this time has been the truth. Nothing but the truth. That those people you are seeing, you say herdsmen, they are trained military and they work hand in hand. That's why any camp you see, any military camp you see, look around, you always see the herdsmen there. Those who are really moving their cattle, they work hand in hand with the military. So we want our people in those areas we mentioned earlier, as well as right now, Lobuku and Lopanta, to know how things work, to be careful. Please help to share this information so that people around those areas will understand. They will hear our voice and they will know how to plan themselves. We want to state again that struggling for the restoration of Biafra is not something you say you are doing for somebody. You are not doing it for anybody. For those who really understood what it means, you are doing it for yourself, for your future, for your children, for the generation to come. So the idea of saying, whom do you belong to? I don't buy the idea. I believe in the truthful position of everything, because if Biafra comes today, I will benefit so much. This insecurity that's ravaging across every year will not be again. If Biafra comes today, I will be able to move from Imo State to Delta, to Anambra, to Ebonyi State, to Abia State. I will move down to Benue. I will move down to Kogi. I will move down to Edo. From Edo, I can go to River State, to Bayelsa, to Cross River State, to Akwa Ibom, without fear of anything. I can explore the nature which we love so much. I can visit these rivers, this seaside. I can go on the beach. I can go to the forest and interact with nature without fear of anything. These are just some aspects of what Biafra will be able to accomplish for you. For those who love sightseeing, for those who love agriculture, you feel free to cultivate. You can have your farm without, when you wake up, you heard that the Zoological Republic government have ravaged your farm, destroy your cultivation. If it is animal husbandry, they have destroyed it. You will not hear that again. Those who want to be gainfully employed, you will get employment. If you want to, if you are an entrepreneur, you want to establish a business, you feel free to establish a business and compete with other entrepreneurs. Not in a situation when you spend your hard-earned billions or millions to establish a company. Tomorrow, one Fulani will come and say that the federal government don't like it, they want to assess it. That will be the end of the business. These are the things we are fighting for. You have access to education. You have access to medical care. You have good roads. you will be able to live a better life. These are the things that we are looking when we say, let there be Biafra. We are not looking at it from we are serving somebody, we are disabled to anybody. Not at all. Why will I look at it from that angle? While I will benefit from Biafra. That's why I bring out my mind to support for the restoration of Biafra. I am not supporting an individual. It's a collective effort. And if you understand what we are doing from that concept, I tell you, you will be able to key in the restoration for the sovereign nation of Biafra. Is it not the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there? The DOS you are seeing today is a body. Tomorrow, these people, these members that made up DOS might not be there again. Definitely there will be new people that will be taking up that role. So anybody that goes there, we support him because he is fighting for the interests of Biafra. That's why we told you we are not supporting any individual. We are not a disciple to any individual. It is for the benefit of all of us. If you actually understand what Biafran restoration struggle means, I tell you, you'll be able to come in terms with this thing we are saying. What we are struggling for is for our future, the restoration of our dignity. And we hope that you yourself will key in. It doesn't mean that you must be in a family, in any recognized family for you to do it. I mean, any recognized IPOB family. It doesn't mean you can lend your voice from anywhere you are. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to say it. Whatever you believe, you think you can do for Biafra to come, do it. That you don't need to be in any family. Having said that, I'm not saying that belonging to a family is wrong. I don't want you to quote me out of context. What I'm saying here is that the struggle for restoration of Biafra should be the responsibility of every Biafran who really understood what it means to fight for freedom. I want you to uproot, to jettison that ideology of which group do you belong. I support IPOB, ESN, and DOS. And these are the people that we support, wonderful people. We thank you for listening, and we hope that what we said will make sense to you. And we look forward to seeing you on our next video. And we say, may Chukwu Okike Abia continue to bless and protect you. And of course, we must say that it is in Biafra land that all of us have our citizenship. And until Biafra is fully restored, we will not rest. May you remain safe wherever you may be.